Today's horoscope, Sunday, June 28, 2026. All zodiac signs with the practical tip of the day. Aries. Money, rates, and self-worth move more easily thanks to Mars in a precise dialogue with Jupiter. While the full moon in Sagittarius opens the picture and helps you see more clearly what is worth keeping open. You as Aries react with fast decisions. But here you need a clean cut, not an impulsive move on the first number that comes your way. What to do today? If you need to negotiate, bring a specific amount and leave the sharp tone out. Aries convinces more when it is clear and simple. Taurus. Home and the relationships that keep it alive are at the center of the day, because Venus in a trine with Vesta makes it easier to care for what is still standing and working in daily home life. In the next few hours, it's better to choose one useful gesture, not a long speech. Taurus makes what it touches steady, but doesn't like forcing the timing. What to do today? Look at the area you use most and remove only what gets in the way. Then answer with a clear yes or no. Gemini. Mercury pauses and starts moving again in the area of resources, income, and value. So this date brings a price, a figure, or a request into focus that you no longer want to leave vague. As Gemini, you do well to separate the useful detail from the shiny promise right away, without answering on impulse or giving time to what doesn't add up. What to do today? Write down a specific amount, read the terms again, and ask for confirmation only after separating what truly works from what distracts you. Cancer. The moon joined with Lilith brings the center of the day onto daily work and repeated tasks, where a discomfort shows up that you no longer want to keep quiet. You can turn it into a useful adjustment by asking for clearer timing, tasks, or breaks without shutting down. Venus support makes the request easier and less abrupt. What to do today? Take the most concrete task. Clarify the timing with the person beside you, and set aside your instinctive reaction for a few hours. Leo. The sun shifts the center of the day toward rest and closure, while the full moon in Sagittarius lights up desire and creativity more visibly than usual. For Leo, the useful move is to stay close to what needs to be closed well. An answer, a commitment, a scene you don't need to take over, so your presence stays sharper. What to do today? Choose one commitment to finish well, then make space for real rest and a creative gesture that doesn't ask for applause. Virgo. Mercury starts moving again in your area of friendships and projects, while the full moon at home brings to the surface what you truly feel in the most private hours. As Virgo, you do well to respond with precision without becoming rigid. A conversation, an invitation, or a proposal can restart a shared plan with less friction. What to do today? Reach out to a trusted person. Check the part that is still hanging and close one detail of the shared project in the next few hours, without stretching the discussion. Libra. The day puts agreements and conversations in the spotlight. Because Venus forms an exact trine with Vesta, and the full moon on nearby contacts makes it easier to see what needs to be said plainly. For Libra, it works if you say the uncomfortable point with tact too. Politeness should not delay a useful, clear answer. What to do today? Write or tell one key person what you can truly support, without dragging out the conversation. A simple proposal is worth more than endless compromise. Scorpio. Pluto puts home and your emotional base under a sharper light, while the full moon in the area of resources makes visible how much space, money, or energy you are giving to what supports you. You can immediately feel where something needs adjusting, and as Scorpio, it's better to act with a few precise moves, not an impulsive gut-level cut. What to do today? Settle on a simple agreement about home or shared spending, and write it down right away, so the next few hours avoid misunderstandings and endless back and forth. Sagittarius. In shared resources, in decisions you are making with another person, and in trust matters, Jupiter brings the focus to transformation over the next few hours, while Mars helps you move with concrete determination. The full moon in your sign makes you direct and visible. Use that frankness to ask for clarity, not to force a response right now. What to do today? Write or say simply what you need. Then leave space for the other side to answer, without demanding an immediate final yes. Capricorn. Home is the center of this date. Saturn brings the focus to your private base, and the full moon asks you to close a matter that has been left hanging. You respond well when you turn pressure into a simple decision, not into cold control. In the next few hours, one well-chosen sentence matters more than a long explanation. What to do today? Write down one domestic decision, share it with the people you live or work with, and leave the extra explanations for later. Aquarius. The day puts a creative choice at the center, because Uranus keeps desire and pleasure alive, while the full moon brings friendships, networks, and shared goals to the surface. You face it as Aquarius with useful detachment. You let the rest fall away, talk to just a few people, and keep the proposal that can be seen and shared without losing its spark. What to do today? Show the creative proposal to 2 trusted people and ask for one clear response only. What works, what should be removed, and what truly represents you. Pisces. Resources, income, and the way you value your time become the center of this date, because Neptune in your money area is intertwined with Venus and with the full moon that makes your role visible. You feel a lot, but this time it helps to turn intuition into numbers and agreements without letting yourself be carried by an automatic reaction. What to do today? Take a request, a collaboration, or a shared expense, and write down the number or the minimum threshold before you answer, without hesitation. Thanks for listening. You can read the full horoscope for each sign on en.milazzo.life.